So I've been explaining the consequences of secularism. Do you want to know why we are living in the age of the absurd, where people are expected to say that children will decide at the age of 6 whether they're a boy or a girl, that men menstruate, that America is a systemically racist society, even though millions upon millions of black people want to and have moved to this country? I mean, the list of absurdities, I actually have a column out. You should get it. You don't have to get it, I mean, access it, it's free. Just write Dennis Prager, The Age of Absurdity, or The Absurdities We Believe, whatever the title was. And I have a list, I mean, just really crazy stuff. It's all because of secularism. As G.K. Chesterton, an English thinker living the late 19th and early 20th century, he is reputed to have said, we don't know for a fact that he said it, but I know I didn't say it, so I got to give credit to somebody. When people stop believing in God, they don't believe in nothing. They believe in anything. That is the summary of the age in which we live. Dostoevsky, the great Russian novelist, in his great novel, Brothers Karamazov, wrote, "Where there is no God, all is permitted." That is exactly what has happened also. The genocides of the 20th century, which so few colleges teach, no high schools virtually teach it. How many young Americans know about the Gulag Archipelago, or about the Great Cultural Revolution, the Great Leap Forward? Do you know how many people Mao killed? Between 60 to 80 million. Starved to death, deliberately, like Stalin did to 7 million or 6 million or 5 million Ukrainians. And all of these movements of genocide were secular. That's why if you ever hear, oh, more people have been killed by religion in the name of God than anything else, it's just not true. It's a lie, but they don't know they're lying. That's the propaganda that they've picked up. No century saw as much bloodshed as the 20th, not just because they had the weapons to do it, but because there was nothing to stop them. When people think that God will judge them for their behavior, they might act a little better. So the question is, why are more and more young Americans and young people elsewhere alienated from religion? In America, they're known as nones, N-O-N-E-S, meaning no religion. You have any religion? None. Why is this happen? So I want to give you 3 reasons. And it's especially relevant because religious people are, among other things, happier. Everybody acknowledges that. Every poll shows it. Religious people are happier. That doesn't mean every religious person is happy and every irreligious person is unhappy. I feel silly even having to explain that, but I don't mean this to be at all offensive, but people are not taught to think clearly in schools any longer. So I now explain more things than I ever did, like generalizations have exceptions. So yes, it makes people happier. It has made people better. I'm talking about Judeo-Christian religions. I'm not saying others don't. I'm just talking about these. I'm talking about the Western world. So why are so many young people alienated from religion? One is religion is associated with being judged. And that's correct. You are judged. You're entirely right if you associate good religion with being judged. I must say, if God doesn't judge people, I'm an atheist. My faith depends upon God judging people. What kind of crappy God doesn't care how people act? That's what non-judgment means. I don't care how you act. You torture little children, or you torture animals for that matter. I don't judge. The idea that people want a non-judging religion or a non-judging God shows you how little serious thought people engage in. I'm out. I would leave my religion tomorrow if it were clear to me that the God of my religion doesn't judge people. The idea that mass murderers and people who risk their lives to save other people have the same fate God doesn't judge goodness or evil is, aside from demoralizing and depressing, is atheism inducing. So next time you think, no, I don't want to be judged, really? You would like a world where nothing were judged? Are you that bad? I mean, that's what it really would seem to suggest.